There will be a new NBA champion. Mike Budenholzer's Bucks have been eliminated. Here's the head coach.
I would just, before questions, just take a second to give a lot of credit, a lot of respect to the Boston players, their coaching staff, Coach Udoka, a phenomenal job. Ton of respect for them, and wish them the best going forward. They were the better team, 7-game series. A lot of respect, a lot of credit to Boston.
Grant Williams takes 18 threes tonight. I'm curious, can you just take me inside like the calculus of deciding to, keep the paint defense strong and give up some threes to him?
It is what you just described. The question is the answer. So it's like, I think Tatum and Brown have been, very effective in the series, and felt like trying to reduce theirs as much as we could, give Brooke an opportunity to have a huge impact on the game. And so, credit Williams made enough. And I think defensively, the game was over with probably 3 or 4 minutes to go. And I think they're on pace for 100 or so. At the end of the day, while it can always be better, I think the overall defense and effort by our guys, including Brooke, everybody, is to be commended. Their defense is to be commended. We got to score. We got to be better on offense.
Speaking of the offense, I know you're not one for excuses, but just how much did it feel like you missed Chris in this series?
Yeah, I just every team goes through something. Nobody feels sorry for us. It's an age-old, equation. It's like the calculus of the NBA is you got to have good players, you got to be a little bit lucky, and you got to be healthy. You need all 3 of those things to win and advance in the playoffs. I've heard it a million times. I've learned it over and over again. And we weren't as healthy as we'd like to be, but nobody cares.
Just for you, the competitiveness of your guys throughout the 7-game series, they could have made excuses, they could have done those things, but it felt like, even until the very final second, you guys played hard.
Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more. I couldn't be more proud of the team and the competitiveness and the character and the toughness, and it's a great group. We've been through a lot together, a lot of basketball. We've had success, and now tonight, we hit a wall, or we met our end, and it hurts and it's hard. But my respect and love for the team isn't any different right now than it is at any other time.
Giannis isn't probably going to say that he felt tired or anything like that, but when he's missing layups or doesn't finish strong with a dunk, is that how tough is that in the moment as you're watching that, where it's kind of, those are baskets you kind of count on, and they're just not going in, and they're able to kind of go back the other way?
Yeah, no, we definitely, played those guys out for as long and as much as we could, and maybe that had some small impact on it. And some nights the ball, you just can't get it in the basket, and whether it was just there was enough, and Boston was phenomenal. So, but it would have been great if we make a few more, whether it be layups or open threes and things like that, or some shots that are in and out. But that's the sport, that's the playoffs, that's the game. We got to make more of those and execute better.
You just touched on this a little bit, but you guys were 4 for 33 on threes. Did you like the looks that you were generating? And like you said, was that fatigue setting in the second half? It would be great not to get this question again. I'm sure we got some good ones, and I'm sure we got some bad ones or some contested and tough ones. And it's never all of one, and it's never all of the other. And I think the question with Giannis and Drew is fair, But maybe the whole group. You got to play. I mean, they have the same amount of rest that we did. They have it's the same schedule, same trigger. Fatigue is part of sport, and we weren't good enough, and we're there. I don't know what the reasons why, but it's just unfair to probably speculate or do anything like that. We just didn't get it done.
But I know we talked after game 2 or so just about how well they were defending Giannis and different defenders at him. The way that he responded and carried you guys and such through this series. Just kind of what can you say about the series that he put together, despite how good they were defending him this year?
Yeah, no, I mean, I think despite losing tonight and despite the series being done, I think the way Giannis evolved throughout the series, the way Giannis played against a very good defensive team, against a lot of good individual defenders, was like another one of those growth moments and growth opportunities, and I thought he was phenomenal. He's scoring, his attacking, his playmaking, his unselfishness. There's always going to be one or two times where, we could have been better, he could have been better. But I would say as the series progressed, I was beyond impressed with him and how he kind of figured out how to attack, how to score, how to play make, how to do all those things. And we didn't get it done, and he's a big part of that. But I'm beyond impressed by how he progressed through the series.
I remember at the start of the season, you joked that you still haven't figured out how to defend a title. That you had some chances in San Antonio, you didn't do it. What do you think makes it so difficult to do this 2 years in a row? Now that you're on the other end of it.
Yeah, I go back to one of the kind of core tenets that I mentioned early is you got to have great players, and I think we have that. You got to be a little bit lucky, and I don't know whether we had or didn't have luck, and the health thing turned on us a little bit, so we didn't have all three of those, and that's certainly part of defending. But it's the league. I mean, Boston deserves the credit tonight. It's like I said, you've got to find a way to win, no matter who's dressing, no matter who's playing. Boston's a hell of a team. Miami's a hell of a team. It's going to be phenomenal basketball. Whatever happens in the West, it's a good league. There's good teams. There's good players. I think that's the biggest reason why it's hard to repeat. All right, thank you guys.